What is up, my Teespiracy people? If you are new here, my name is AZ, and I just hit 4K, and I'm real excited about it. So I just want to give a big shout out to all my subscribers. I can't believe that I hit this milestone in 6 months, and I'm just forever grateful. Well, with that being said, let's get into something that has been burning my soul. None other than Katie Joy. Since the arrest of freakazoid Josh Duggar, Katie Joy has been on a content extravaganza Duggar style. And one would say that, maybe 5 videos a day is a little excessive, but we're not talking about the average person here. We're talking about WOACB. But nonetheless, she said something the other day that was super disturbing, super disgusting, and I think she realized it because not long after she posted it and was called out by numerous people, she decided to pull her old delete and retreat. Katie Joy is famous for the good old delete and retreat, especially when she says things that, she probably shouldn't say, because she does that a lot. And if you're really lucky, after a few delete and retreats, she'll actually take her whole Twitter down and be like, I'm leaving, I'm only going to post about my content now. And then for, 2 days she does, and then falls right back into her, foot in mouth action. But this one here, man, it was just a little extra, and everybody that I talked to about it agrees that it was a little extra. And not only was it extra, it was straight up disrespectful to the little kid that was involved in this, okay? It was so disrespectful that a trash tabloid wouldn't even stoop as low as she did. The same trash magazine that lied about Johnny Depp and tried to ruin his life, with no substantial evidence. Katie Joy couldn't even get them to agree with her nasty. That's the level of dissent. There seems to be a common theme lately. I mean, everybody says the same thing. Just when I think she couldn't stoop lower, there she goes, right? She's like the limbo. How low can you go, right? That would be her theme song if she needed one. You know what I'm saying? How low can you go? Anyways, now let's get into the post I have a problem with. I mean, I can't even with this post, or in the words of the great Emily D. Baker, I just... Pretend, if you will, that there exists a video of a child enjoying a banana, an everyday occurrence that, most of us see. Leave it to Katie Joy to take an everyday experience that, is normal, a child eating fruit, to compare it to Josh Duggar and his nasty mind. But one would have to think like that in order to even visualize this comment, okay? So she posts a video of the kid, and she says, "This post from Josh Duggar is February 2015, and it outraged fans. At the time lapsed, speed up the video of his then 10-year-old relation to the child, insert child's name. In many of the dark web peer-to-peer file sharing groups, members have to share content to prove they are not police or the feds. I have no words. He was telling people his interests subtly. He's a psychopath." Yes, our friend Katie Joy went through years upon years of Josh Duggar posts because she is Duggar obsessed. She found a video of a small child eating a banana and took it upon herself to assume that this was for nefarious purposes, because nothing in his post originally made it seem like it was a creepy scenario, but Katie took it and she made it a creepy scenario while putting the child's face on blast, name, age, and relation to Duggar, because that's what a normal person would do, right? Wrong? Not only did she do it with complete disregard for the small child involved, but we had found out that the trash magazine, The Sun, the one that blamed Johnny Depp for being a beater when really he wasn't, they wouldn't even list the child's name. You know it's bad when a trash magazine won't even stoop as low as you do. Let's take a look. She screenshotted the magazine's post, put it on her Instagram. The magazine's post says, "Take it down. Josh Duggar slammed for posting quote-unquote suggestive video of girl shoving a banana in her mouth before his child pee arrest." In one particular video that was rediscovered by the blog Without a Crystal Ball, a young girl whom the son will not identify can be seen eating a banana quickly, shoving giant pieces in her mouth. The camera was set close to the girl's face. And then she writes below it, "Since people are wondering, I was the one who discovered the video and posted it. I keep getting DMs about this banana video. It was me that posted about it several days ago. Here is the son referencing me, just so you know. I, me, just so you know." Can you imagine? I mean, we already know that she operates on negative self-awareness at levels that would make the ocean itself jealous. Now just combine that with being so sick in the head that you find a video of a child eating a banana and say to yourself, I bet Josh Duggar is thinking of his dink and imagining that kid is blank, 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 right? Now top that off with a heavy dose of self-absorption so vain that you think a ghetto-ass publication like The Sun, of all things, somehow owes you the world for coming up with such a disgusting scenario. Now finish that up with the fact that your self-worth is so low that you brag about all of it and make sure the world knows it was you who had the disgusting thought, and you want all the shine for it. Since the world's most hated YouTuber Katie Joy wants recognition so much, here I have some for her. Congrats on acquiring record-smashing levels of hate subscriptions. I believe you have more hate watchers than the Banana Man himself, Onision. After all, people do love a good train wreck, don't they? The banana really does come full circle on this one, doesn't it? Furthermore, if you were so convinced that that video was made for nefarious purposes, and you're so dead set on the fact that it was for something disgusting, why would you share the child's face? Why would you share the child's name? Why would you share the child's age in relation to Josh Duggar? Why on God's green earth would anybody do that? Why? You know? It's like, hey, I see this child, I feel as though they're being victimized, so here, let me show you, let me re-victimize them all over again. This is I'm talking about, you guys. This is the problem. Oh, not to mention the fact that one of Duggar's friends had a podcast that they posted on YouTube to share some very, difficult journal entries they had made back when they were close with the Duggar clan. They asked, please do not monetize, do not make money off of our pain. Well, Katie Joy turned around, monetized the shit out of their pain, right? This woman is sick. The channel was called I Pray You Put This Journal Away, and it documented a young man's struggle with being in the IBLP and being undiagnosed autistic, and his interactions with the Duggar family and how Josh Duggar had an impact on his life, not really in a good way. And he wrote, a quick note, we're not a gossip or celebrity podcast. This is a very personal and painful story in a deconstruction intended to help others and make a difference. This channel is a giant hug to those who are hurting from a similar background. We're not here to build a brand or to make a buck. Let's do some good together. We have zero interest in boosting or helping tabloids, gossip columns, or channels. The stuff grosses us both out. Like the Duggars and TLC, they exist to exploit others and monetize trauma and pain. Our request is that commentators demonetize breakdowns and reactions to this story. Don't make a buck off our pain and emotional labor, please. If you're here to share in a human story similar to the one that many others have also experienced and to make the world a better place, then you're welcome. If you're here to root around for gossip and clickbait that you can sell, well, you can F off. It's one thing to monetize somebody's pain, but when they go out of their way to ask you not to and you still do it, you're literally showing your true colors. I mean, as if you haven't made enough money off the Duggars, okay? This woman has pumped though, on average, 3 to 5 videos a day. Some of them are clickbait titles where she has already covered the topic. She just rewords it and pretends like it's new information when literally it's not. And furthermore, I'm really disturbed by the fact that she found that banana video to be very degrading to that young individual that was in the video, but had no problem showing it again and bragging about it. Like, how low can you go, you know? It's just like one grind ball move after another, you know? So let's take a look at how some people reacted towards it. You are either sick or stunted, Katie. If you see this as suggestive, why the funk are you reposting it? To provide it for the pedos who missed it the first time? Or are you just that sick and lacking empathy? This is beyond quote unquote reporting. It's child mexploitation. And then Katie responds, that's not true. Everyone knows how the banana is used for suggestive reasons, and everyone else knows who Josh is. Don't make them the perverts. First of all, who is them? Them is you, okay? And you're the one who had the nasty thought to begin with and thinks that it's normal to have nasty thoughts. I mean, any of you out there, have you ever watched a child eating a banana and said to yourself, ooh, yeah, yeah. No, nobody does that. Nobody does that. And if furthermore, if that is the way you feel, why exploit it like that? I just. Oh, and on that note, speaking of disgusting thoughts, let's take a look at this post from the 10th. While Josh Duggar is on house arrest, he can see his wife as much as he wants. Anna Duggar is not allowed to say no to Josh. If he wants hex, this means while on bond, Josh Duggar could rake his wife as much as he wants to, and she would not complain or turn him in. Let that sink in. What? Are you serious? Rake accusations now? You have such a wild imagination, Catherine. Anyways, I just had to let that out and talk about that because it's just straight up disturbing. I mean, I commented about it in my community tab, and many of you have given me your feedback on how it made you feel. And I think we've all pretty much come to the same conclusion that, it wasn't actualized until KJ made it that way. I'm telling you, man, self-awareness. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I hope that you like this video and subscribe and leave a comment and let me know how you view this whole banana debacle. Thank you so much for everybody who's bought my merch and bought me a coffee and subscribed. Truth be told, I don't expect anything from any of you, so when you go out of your way to support me, it really means a lot. I'll catch you guys later.
They don't source it, so I can't say that it's true, but I highly doubt it.
We're supposed to believe your sources that come straight out of the magic 8 ball. All right then, KJ.